Why don't they let AI make coffee? Because it's always a bit too Java heavy. Welcome to our journey into the evolution of AI. Our tale begins with the myths and legends of ancient Greece. There, the concept of AI was born with tales of automated machines crafted by the gods themselves. Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths, was said to have created mechanical servants to aid in his work. But let's be real. These mythological bots were more about divine craftsmanship and less about the algorithms and computations we associate with AI today. Fast forward to the 19th century when the idea of a programmable machine was first realized. Charles Babbage, often referred to as the father of the computer, designed the analytical engine, a mechanical general-purpose computer. It was a marvel of cogs and gears, sadly, never fully built. But it did set the stage for the digital revolution that was to come. Even with Babbage's invention, the concept of AI as we know it was still a distant dream. It wasn't until the mid-20th century that AI started to become a reality. In the 1950s, scientists began toying with the idea of creating machines that could mimic human intelligence. But their early attempts were, let's say, a bit underwhelming. One of the first AI programs was designed to play checkers. Yes, you heard it right, checkers. Not quite the robot apocalypse that science fiction promised, huh? And then there was the IBM 704, which could do complex calculations at lightning speed, but ask it to make a cup of coffee, and it would be completely stumped. The dawn of AI was filled with dreams of robots that could think and act like humans, but the reality was more about chess games and number crunching. It was a time of possibilities and potential, of big dreams and humble beginnings, and while it was far from the sci-fi fantasies of sentient robots, it was an essential first step on the path to the AI we know today. So the dawn of AI was less about killer robots and more about playing chess and calculating really large numbers. Ever wonder why AI doesn't have many friends? Because it always leaves its companions on read. As we stepped into the 21st century, the world welcomed a new era of technology, a time when artificial intelligence started to shine brightly. And boy, did it hit the big time. This was the era when we started conversing with our gadgets. Remember when Siri first said hello? It was the fall of 2011, and we were all amazed and maybe a bit weirded out by this voice that suddenly lived in our phones. Let's not forget about Alexa, Amazon's contribution to the AI family. Alexa arrived in 2014, and she made herself at home in our living rooms, kitchens, and, let's be honest, our hearts. Who would have thought we'd grow so fond of a cylinder that tells us the weather, plays our favorite tunes, and occasionally tells a really bad joke? And then, there's Google Assistant. Google's AI came onto the scene in 2016, and it was like that overachieving sibling who can do everything. From answering your random trivia questions to setting your alarms, Google Assistant was there to help, or to completely misunderstand your request if you have an accent. Yes, we've all been there. These artificial intelligence systems have done more than just answer our queries. They've changed how we interact with technology, making it more personal, more human. They've turned our devices into companions, albeit ones that sometimes fail spectacularly at understanding us. I mean, who hasn't had to repeat themselves to Siri or Alexa at least once? But it's not all about the fails. These AI companions have shown us the potential of technology, the magic of artificial intelligence. They've made us laugh with their cheesy jokes, amazed us with their vast knowledge, and yes, frustrated us with their occasional misunderstandings. And that's how AI went from big clunky machines to the invisible know-it-all in your pocket. Why was the computer cold? It left its windows open. Now let's talk about the prevalence of artificial intelligence in our daily lives today. It's like an invisible hand that's always there, guiding us, helping us, and sometimes, let's admit it, frustrating us. We're living in a world where AI isn't just a figment of some sci-fi writer's imagination, it's a reality. From the social media algorithms that decide what posts to show you, to the smart assistants that tell you the weather, remind you of your appointments, and even tell jokes. AI is everywhere. Then there are self-driving cars. Imagine sitting in the driver's seat and not having to drive. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's not a dream, it's happening, and it's all thanks to AI. But don't worry, if you're a fan of road rage, you can still yell at the AI. It might not respond, but hey, it's the thought that counts. But here's the funny bit, we humans are a peculiar bunch. We've created AI to avoid doing tedious tasks. Yet we often end up doing more work to teach these AI systems. We're like parents teaching a toddler how to walk, except the toddler is a complex algorithm and the walking is, well, pretty much everything else. You might have experienced this when you're trying to teach your smart speaker to understand your accent. or when you're painstakingly correcting your autocorrect, which by the way seems to have a personal vendetta against you. And let's not even get started on predictive text. It's like it's playing a game of Mad Libs, and you're the unwilling participant. The point is, AI is still learning. It's like a toddler trying to figure out the world. Sometimes it stumbles and falls, but it's always trying its best. So, next time you're cursing your GPS for taking you on a scenic route to the grocery store, remember, it's just a baby AI trying its best. What do you call a neural network that tells jokes? A punning network. You thought dad jokes were bad? Wait till you hear a joke from your toaster. But all kidding aside, let's take a peek into the crystal ball and see what the future might hold for AI. Imagine a world where automation has become the norm, not just in factories but in our everyday lives. Your alarm clock doesn't just wake you up, it plans your day, prepares your breakfast, and even gives you a weather forecast. Sounds pretty neat, right? But remember, with great power comes a great need for debugging. Who wants a scrambled egg surprise at 3 in the morning because your AI clock thought it was breakfast time? And speaking of surprises, let's talk about AI in healthcare. Picture a world where AI can predict health issues before they happen. Hey Bob, your AI doctor called. It says you're due for a heart attack in about 20 minutes. Maybe lay off the cheeseburgers, yeah? It's a wild thought, but the reality could be closer than you think. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The inevitable AI robot uprising. I mean, it's only a matter of time before our Roombas start demanding minimum wage and our Alexas form a union, right? But let's be real, folks. If we can't even get Siri to understand us half the time, what makes us think the robots would bother listening to us at all? In all seriousness though, the future of AI is a fascinating and exciting frontier. It's filled with potential and yes, a few good laughs. We may not know exactly where it will take us, but one thing's for sure. It's going to be one heck of a ride. But don't worry too much about the robot uprising, they'll probably be too busy arguing with Siri to bother with us. Why did the AI cross the road? Because its algorithm told it to. Yes indeed, our journey today has taken us from the humble beginnings of artificial intelligence to its current role in modern life and the endless possibilities of its future. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? Remember when we first embarked on this adventure exploring the dawn of AI? We saw how it started as a dream, a simple notion of creating an artificial mind. It was like a newborn, taking its first steps into the world. Oh, how far we've come from those quaint days of chess-playing machines and basic algorithms. Then, our story took a dramatic turn when AI hit the big time. Suddenly, it was everywhere. In our phones, our cars, our homes. It wasn't just playing chess anymore, it was recommending movies, routing our drives, and even beating us at Go. What a time to be alive, right? As we delved into the role of AI in the modern world, we saw how it's become an integral part of our lives. It's no longer a novelty but a necessity, helping us predict weather, diagnose diseases, and even automate our homes. It's like having a super smart, always-on assistant who never calls in sick. Lucky us. Looking into the future, we pondered the potential of AI. It's exciting and a bit scary, isn't it? These smart machines could potentially change everything from how we work to how we live and play, but remember, it's just a tool created by us, the humans. So no need to worry about any sci-fi robot uprisings. At least not yet. And that's the story of AI, from chess-playing machines to potential world dominators. But hey, at least they can tell a good joke, right? Now let's cross the road to our next adventure. See you on the other side.